Life has a way of changing in ways that you never expected. It seems like opportunities come your way every single day, and if you don't look up long enough, then you might just miss them. But if you look up long enough, you might just get a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This past year, I was looking up when one of the greatest opportunities ever came my way. I moved to Sydney, Australia, and chase a dream I had always had. But after a year, this opportunity has run its course, and I'm moving on from Australia. Hey, how you going?
Good. Just one?
Yeah, just one.
Awesome. That's $3.50 and...
Perfect. It's my last sausage sizzle before I go back to America.
Oh my god.
No pressure.
There's your sausage, your bun, and you can choose your own adventure, my friend.
Good man. Thank you guys.
Thanks, folks. Thanks.
Y'all have a good one. So today I thought I would take you around Sydney and just tell you the story of this past year and everything that went right and everything that went wrong. All right, so this was the first place that I went when I came to Sydney, which I know is kind of like typical tourist, but I had to do it once, right? And I remember sitting here with Grace's family and just contemplating all that had happened, like leading up to that moment. I was honestly thinking, I just like couldn't believe that I was getting the opportunity to move all the way to Australia, open up a cafe and serve coffee without having to invest any money. And so I spent this time in the next few weeks before I even got started working, just enjoying Sydney and like experiencing what Australia was and how different it was. And it was just like right here, I was also thinking about and contemplating how impossible everything felt. It felt like such a crazy opportunity to be able to go all the way across the world and open up a cafe with my wife. And I just kept thinking, like, people like me don't get opportunities like this. But soon thereafter, I realized it was time to get to work. So Grace and I then went and met with two friends at this cafe called Effie's in Manly. And this is where we started to really like figure out what it was actually gonna take to build this coffee shop. We met with our friends Steph and Jess, who, shout out to them, literally took us from being complete newbies to really like knowing what we needed to do next. So here we talked about like what it was gonna take to be baristas, to start the business, to really like understand the landscape of the coffee scene in Sydney. And the biggest thing we did here was choose our roaster. There were a lot of options and a lot of suggestions, but ultimately we went with a place called Surry Hills. So this is Surry Hills, and I might be biased, but it's probably my favorite coffee in all of Sydney. And they partnered with us over this last year to basically train us, show us everything they know about coffee, and give us wholesale coffee that we could practice with for really like the last year, 9 months. And it was just like an incredible process. Jay, Aaron, and Brody all in there were amazing. And if you're in Sydney, you need to check them out. Yeah, this is just like a pivotal connection we made. The first coffee we had, we just like knew we were just gonna be friends with these guys and they would be super cool. So yeah, we stuck with them and would have served them if we had opened our coffee shop. So this is the cafe space, and honestly, being here at all just makes me really sad. See, the business actually failed. The reason the business failed is because every single day we woke up for a year and tried to open this place. We built the business from our side and we tried to get the building actually legally opened, but it just seemed like every single day, every email, every phone call was ending in the same result, which was a no. It was like endless red tape and endless conversations where they would talk in language like it might open one day or it'll eventually get there, but there were no definites for us, which was really hard because Grace and I wanted to build a business here that not only we could be excited to come to, we could serve coffees to people, serve food to people, but also we wanted this to be a place that the suburb, Petersham, was going to be proud of, that Sydney could be proud of, that every single person that came into contact with it could be proud of. And after a year of battling through trying to get this open, it was a very tough decision to decide that it was over. Did you hear that? Hi. Hello. Yes, you.
What?
Me. Oh my goodness, took forever to get your attention. It's me. What do you mean me? I'm me. No, not me, you. I'm you from 5 minutes ago. Oh. Still doesn't make any sense. You know, earlier when we were in the other room? Yeah, that's me. Okay, I'm not sure I'm following you, but look, I'm kind of busy. I need to transition to the next shot. Actually, I've got an idea for that. You know how I'm you from 5 minutes ago? Yeah. Well, if you can see me from 5 minutes ago, in theory, you could just rewind us all the way back to the beginning of the video. So just grab the remote. Okay, let me find the remote. Just find the remote and hit rewind until you get to the beginning of the video, and we can just finish it there. Oh, here it is. Yeah, just hit rewind and just stop it when we get to the beginning of the video. All right, it was nice talking to me 5 minutes ago. I guess I'll see you later. Okay, bye, see you soon. Honestly, I'm not sure how to feel right now. A year ago, Grace and I moved here and had full intentions to start a business, put down roots, start a family, and for this to be our medium to long-term home. And after a year of working really, really hard to build the business and planning out our lives, living here is over. And while we had so much fun here, we had such a great time, met so many great people, I think if I could sum up everything that went wrong and everything that has moved us on into one word, I think it would be about belonging. Belonging is weird. It's unpredictable. The definition of belonging is to be properly or suitably placed or situated. But I would define belonging as the place where you're best situated to accomplish your purpose in life. The couch belongs in the living room and the oven belongs in the kitchen. Sure, you could put a couch in the kitchen or an oven in the living room. They're always gonna feel out of place. And this is what I'm getting at. I feel like there's a place where I'm best situated to fulfill my purpose. And I think over the last year and really over the last 3 months, I've begun to realize while Sydney's great, it's just not the place where I'm fulfilling my purpose. And to be honest, I'm still looking for that place. I'm looking for my place in the world, the place that feels like where I can get my purpose done. And I haven't found it. I'm still searching for that. Another thing I've realized recently is a life that's spent living across the world from most of your family just isn't a life that I want to live. So yeah, Grace and I are leaving Australia for good. But it's not Australia. It's not you. It's us. It's me. We just aren't fulfilling our purpose here. This isn't where we belong. And that's not to say that we regret being here, or regret this time, or feel like we've wasted a year of our lives. I think in many ways, this feels like how it was always meant to be. That this was supposed to be a time where I got to experience Australia, a part of me and Grace's relationship that is so huge that I didn't understand before. I didn't even know what a shindy was or what AFL or any of the million other things that you could never explain to an American if you didn't bring them here. Australia's just different, and you'll never get to experience another culture like this unless you're living in it. Not only did we have so many good experiences, did I have so many good experiences over this last year, but there's also so many things about Australia as I move away that I'm gonna miss and that I'm gonna think about when I'm in America, and I'm just not gonna be able to replicate them. And I just kind of wish there was like this magical world, this magical life where I could live in both countries all the time and both my families could live with us all the time. but it's just not reality. But as I think about this like magical life I could dream up about living in both countries, I do think that my life is magic in the way that now I get to say that I'm more American Australian than I ever thought I would be. And that's because of you. That's because every single Australian that I've come in contact with, people who subscribe to me on my channel and who have welcomed me in Australia, it's massively because of Grace's family and all the love they've given to me and welcomed me into their culture. And that's not gonna end just because we move out of Australia. Grace and I are gonna continue to blend America and Australia for the rest of our lives. So in conclusion, thank you to the entire country of Australia, to you who have watched and to you who have been a friend. Maybe you were a person that I met in Bunnings parking lot while I was recording one of my videos, or you were just someone that handed me a coffee. I am so thankful to all of you guys for just being amazing. I genuinely do not think there is another country in the world that I would rather blend with my own. So thank you for treating me like family, and I'll be back soon. Thanks for stopping by.